Hello, hello. I am coming to you tonight. I know it's late, but I wanted to come on and at least give this a try. I've had a really bad, had a head cold, and then it turned into an ear thing. My eardrum actually ruptured a week ago. So I was out of work for a couple days. Then I've just been trying to play catch up since being sick. And I made it back, yay! So I'm here now, and I'm hoping that I can last long enough. I still have a little bit of a sore throat, so water. So I'm hoping that I can chat with y'all for a little bit about something that I've been like wanting to do this live on for a really long time. But I just haven't had the voice or the energy, or I've just been like, that I was like, nah, I can't. So tonight I was like, no, I'm just going to give it my best and get on and do it, because otherwise it's going to keep bugging me and bugging me. So I start my lives off with a quote. This is from the book that I'm reading. I realize it's backwards for you, so I'm sorry. I have a goal. I've been reading this book since April, and I am here. So my goal is to finish this book by Sunday, because we leave for New Orleans on Sunday, and I do not want to take this book with me on vacation because I want to start a new book for vacation. But I wanted to take this quote from the book because I think it's really applicable for what I want to talk about. And it's the title of chapter 17, which is "It's so easy once you figure out it isn't hard." So it's so easy once you figure out it isn't hard. I think that this might be a hard concept for people. For me to say it's only money, it's a hard concept for me sometimes too. I think that so much of what we do is in the beliefs that we have. And if we believe that we don't have money, if we believe we don't have abundance, then that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the lack. We're looking for how something isn't there. And if you're looking for something that isn't there, you're going to find it. And so I think that if you start changing that mind frame of knowing that money is just energy, and if you believe that you have abundance and abundance is around you, and you give gratitude to God, the universe, source, the zone, the force, whatever it is for you, you'll see more of it. I have a really great example from the book I'm reading too. I was like trying to find a really good example, and I read this in the book about perspective and how it's easy to well, I'll just read the story. Okay, so here's a cool exercise. Right now, look around wherever you are and count the number of things that you see that are red. So just take about a minute, count them all. So look around you, see what's red. I'll hang out for a minute. I mean, you take your minute to like really take in whatever space that you're in, if you're at work or if you're at home or if you're in bed, or I don't know where you are, but take a minute, look at all the red things. There's red things on the screen. I got reds on my lipsticks, or my lipsticks on my little hairband here. Look at all the red things. All right, now stop. Look back at this page well, we can't look at the page. We need to look at the page, but now stop. Now focus, let's say, on me for this exercise rather than the book, because you're not reading the book, I'm reading the book. And try to think of everything around you that is yellow. That's there's probably a ton of yellow, but you didn't see it because you were looking for red. So the same works with abundance or attracting the things that you want to attract. So money, health, any of that. So if you are looking for lack, it's kind of like praying for lack. So if you're worried about not having enough money, that's like praying that you're not having enough money. If you are thankful and you thank the universe, and you say, oh my gosh, thank you that, I get paid again in 2 weeks. Like, okay, yeah, I got paid and I had to put everything towards bills, but I'm so thankful. I know I have another paycheck coming. Sorry, I have like cat hairs on me. But the point being is that if you're looking for lack, you're gonna find lack. If you can see like, oh, I'm so thankful I got paid today, like that's awesome, like that's abundance coming to you. And if you can thank your higher power, God, the universe, whatever it is for you, then you're gonna see it more. If the more you're thankful for it. And honestly, it's only money. Like that's all it is. It's just that's hard. I had to reflect on that for a while, but that's all it is. It's just, and I'm sure if you're watching this, you have an income of some sort, because you're either watching this on a phone or an iPad, or you're listening to it through your car. I don't know. But you are going to have an income, and you're going to earn that money back, and you're going to have it, and you're going to have that abundance. And maybe things are financially difficult for you right now. That's not to say that you can't try and find another means of having abundance. It's everywhere. There's always another job that you can have, or have a craft and be able to sell it, or a service, or something like that, that if you lack in money, if you ask God and the universe and say, hey, I need help paying my electrical bill, the universe is going to provide that for you. If you are open to the possibilities, it's really not that hard. So like my quote is, or that I just said, it's so easy once you figure out it isn't hard. So for me, when I started just telling, one of my affirmations that I tell myself is that I live in a constant state of abundance. So for me, I'm always seeing the abundance. I'm always being thankful, and I'm always thankful to give. So when I have the capacity to, maybe when I go to a restaurant or get my hair done or something like that, and I'm tipping somebody for a service, I say a quiet little thanks to God, and I say, thank you for allowing me to be able to tip this person in a generous amount. Like, I'm happy that this person provided me this service or this meal or whatever, and now I'm thankful that I can give them and show them appreciation so that they can hopefully then go pay their electric bill or their car bill or whatever that is, or put food on the table for their kids. Like, I am in a constant state of gratitude and looking for the abundance. I'm thankful that I can pay my bills, because not everybody can pay their bills. And if you have the mindset of, I can't pay my bills, I'm never able to pay my bills, I'm never able to pay them on time, then nothing's going to change, because that is your mindset. Your mindset is that you're always unable to pay your bills. But if you change it and you say, hey, I'm thankful that I got paid, I'm thankful that I can pay my bills. And there have been times where I have gone a couple of months without being in that mindset. Sorry, I still feel like there's I'm going to swipe my face over here. I just feel like I washed my face. So I don't have any makeup on right now, which I don't know if you know this, but it's really hard for me to be on camera and not have makeup on. Like, I don't know why, but I'm really self-conscious about this. Sorry, I'm kind of going on a sidetrack here, but I'm really self-conscious about being on camera without makeup on. Not that, I don't know why. It's not I think I've worked so hard to create my own look that I'm really proud of how I do my makeup and how I present myself every day, that when I don't have all of that on anymore, I feel kind of naked. But I thought that it was important to come on without any makeup on, because that's me being transparent with you and me being able to tell you, I understand that it's hard to sometimes get into that mindset. And when I have lived in the mindset of abundance, where I have been thankful and excited to pay my bills and excited that I had the ability to give, I noticed that I had so much more. So when I was living down in Southern California and I was making no money, it meant something that when I went out to dinner and I could tip or something like that, I was so excited to be able to be I earn this money, this is my paycheck, and I am tipping that person, which, a month prior I was making lots of money in insurance, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll tip, whatever, yeah, whatever. And I'd be like, oh, okay, just a little bit, because I got to keep that. But I was making a third less, but I found I was giving more because I was so thankful that I had a paycheck, that I had the ability to go out, and I enjoyed it more because I was like, I'm thankful that this establishment exists. I'm thankful that I have the capability to help somebody pay their own bills, and I'm gonna, like, I worked hard for this money, so I know they're working hard for that money. And that gave me a different perspective on the service industry. Not that I didn't have that before. I always tipped. I always, kind of did those things. But I think when you live in a state of gratitude, it just changes that whole outlook. And, having been in insurance and making what some people would call a good income, I don't want to, I say it that way just because depending on your perspective depends on if you consider that to be a good income. But I think that I got that tendency of just like, oh, I gotta save all of it. I gotta hold on to it. Like it's limited, and it's not. Money is not limited at all. There's infinite possibilities. You can always be making money. You can always be bringing abundance in to put it back out into the world. So if you're receiving and you're giving and you're just letting that energy flow, it's gonna keep coming, and it's gonna keep coming more and more and more and more and more. And there are always possibilities. Like, I'm so thankful that I have a business with SeneGence that, like, yeah, I took a pay cut, but I'm also doing something that I love, and I'm making money doing that. Like, and I'm helping people feel good about themselves. I'm doing their makeup for them, and I'm helping them with skincare and doing all that. So I'm so thankful that SeneGence also gives me that ability to earn my own income, so that if I'm like, oh crap, I'm $20 short on the electric bill, I can be like, hey, let's have a party, let's do things, like, so it I still feel the cat hair. This is real life, people. It's just, when you have that kind of control and you can see that those things are present, and really being able to appreciate life and take that in, you'll see that there's so many opportunities everywhere you look. And that's what I've tried to do, is I've tried to open myself up to the possibilities of abundance, and being able to know that there are so many there's so many opportunities out there. And like I said, money is just energy. So it's just, if you've got it coming in, you give it back out, and it's just a constant state of giving and receiving. But if you see it as a limitation, if you see it as my bank account only always has $5 in it, then that's what you're putting out into the universe. That's what you're telling the universe that you want. You're telling the universe, yeah, I only want to have $5 in my bank account. No. Hi, Heather. Thanks for the love. You're telling the universe, like, that's your worry. That's your prayer that you're putting out into the universe of, I only want $5 in my bank account. So you're going to probably always have $5 in your bank account. Maybe you might have $6 every so often. That's just an example. But if you're like, my affirmation, one of my personal affirmations is I live in a constant state of abundance, and I'm thankful for my paychecks, and I'm thankful that I have money always coming in, and I'm thankful that I can pay my bills, and I'm thankful that I can tip. I'm thankful for all of those things. And by having that attitude of gratitude and thanking God, or if you're the universe or source or the force or whoever higher power or energy source you may relate with, like, I can say that makes a difference. Having that gratitude and thanking, just thanking the energy that's out there for giving it back to you, it makes it so much easier to send out into the world. And honestly, like I said, it's only money. It's what matters is your friends and your family, and money doesn't solve problems. It can fix things, but think about if you won the lottery tomorrow. Let's say you won the $100 million lottery. Would that solve your problems? It might help some things. You pay off some debt and take care of things. You might be able to go vacation, but think about the bigger problems that you have in your life right now. If you had $100 million, would that really fix those problems? Probably not. I know it wouldn't fix mine. I've got lots of things going on in my life that, yeah, $100 million, that'd be awesome. I'd be super happy with that, and I could do a lot of things with it. But I think about the things that I struggle with and the things that I have within relationships with my friends or families or whatever, and I think about those things and the things that they're going through money wouldn't fix those emotional problems that they have, those deep-rooted problems. So if you keep that perspective of it's only money, it's only energy that's just coming and going constantly, but if you see that energy is always low, it's always going to be low. So you just have to make sure that you keep that perspective of it's only money. And when you think about somebody giving you, doing a service for you, Lyft, Uber, hair, nails, food, whatever, say thank you. Say thank you to the universe. Say thank you to God, whomever your higher energy source is, and thank them for that ability to be able to go out. And if you're thankful and you put that gratitude out, you'll see that abundance coming more and more. In times in my life where I have used that strategy, I'll tell you what, I don't care about money. I've shifted in the past 4 months where that is like I said, my affirmation is I live in a constant state of abundance, and my paycheck has been late. Like for the past 2 months, my day job paycheck has been late every time. I think, oh no, wait, I take that back. Friday was the first time I was actually on time, but I didn't care. Like I got my last, prior to this paycheck, the one before that, I got that a week late. But I wasn't worried about it because I was like, it's just money. Like it's not like I'm going to be able to pay everything. I'm going to be able to take care of everything. And if you can have that mindset, that's where it starts. If you have that belief that you live in a constant state of abundance and be free, please use that affirmation. Tell yourself, fake it till you make it. You may not necessarily believe it right now, but if you keep telling yourself that, it's going to work out. I promise. Sorry, I think I have a little bit of a low, I'm sorry if it's cutting out. It looks like it's telling me there's a low network connection, so it's still recording, so I'm sorry if it skips over. I am putting my live videos on my YouTube channel, which is Bottomless Beauty Bar, so if it's cutting out right now, it sounds like it's still recording, but if it like cut out at some point, I'm sorry. You can always go back, or you can rewatch the live too, of course. But yeah, that's just the message that I wanted to share. I wanted to share that if you have the perspective that it's just money, and you have the ability to give it and you have the ability to receive it, and be thankful for those two abilities to give and receive, and you'll just watch that abundance grow and grow and grow. And that's what I've been able to do, is I've been able to watch that abundance grow. I always say thanks for when I see money come in and when I see it go out. Like, yeah, it's just, so I hope that for you. Please steal that affirmation. Like I said, fake it till you make it. I was telling it to myself for a good 3 weeks or so. I live in a constant state of abundance before I like actually really, really believed it. And if you can really, really believe, then that's when stuff starts happening. So anyway, that's why I thought that quote, it's easy once you figure out it isn't hard. So it's really easy. It's really easy to live in a constant state of abundance. You just have to get over that hurdle of thinking that it's hard, because it's not. All right, well, Monday night, I hope everybody's having a fabulous week and staying cool. I'm super hot, but I'm also like all over the place because I'm battling this weird cold thing. But I just wanted to jump on. I'm glad. I just need some water. Hold on. I wanted to jump on and share that message because I've been thinking about it and I wanted to share it, and I was hoping I could survive because I've had this terrible sore throat. Well, the sore throat's only been like the past day. So I was like, oh man, am I going to make it on? Hi, Clint. Am I going to make it on tonight? I was like, I need to just do it. I need to just get, because everybody's like, oh, your lives, it's so easy for you. And I'm like, that's what you think. When you're not feeling great, it's like, I'm like sitting there and I'm like, I have so many ideas and I want to share them with the world, but I'm not feeling well. So I just wanted to get that out there. Anyway, I hope that everybody's having a fabulous Monday night and staying cool. And I will hopefully be back later this week. Like I said, I've been reading this book and getting some really awesome ideas along with, okay, so many things to be thankful for. Oh my gosh, there's so many things in life to be thankful for. Excuse me. So a lot of my content comes from reading, which I love. So, okay, I digress. So money's awesome, and well, abundance is awesome, and it's there if you're looking for it. If you're looking for lack of money, you're going to find lack of money. If you're looking for abundance, you're going to find it. That side note, I don't know how many, depending on our relationship, you may or may not know that I have a master's degree in education. I love learning and I love teaching, and this is such a like beautiful fusion of those things for me. And like one of the things that I really loved about being a student was like reading the material and like being super into it and then being able to communicate that back. So that was like one of my favorite things to do, was be like, I'm gonna read all of this information and I'm gonna go through it, and then I'm gonna be like, wow, and I'm gonna share it with the world, or share it with us in a speech or on a paper. And I like, that was one of the excuse me, sorry. One of the things that I really loved, and I love doing this because that's the same thing. I get to learn and learn and learn and learn, and then share that with you and share that message and that knowledge that I have, that somebody who maybe doesn't like to read or doesn't know where to look, I get to share that with you. And I hope that you find inspiration. And like I said, my goal is to be done with this book so I don't take it on vacation with me on Sunday, because I remember where I was going with that, is that I love that people are giving me book referrals and telling me, like, they're like, read this book, read that book, read this, and I'm like, okay, all right. I'm like, yeah, okay, I know I need to read. And like, I love getting the content. I listen to audiobooks. I get through about, depending on the length of the audiobook, I get through 1 to 2 a week. And then my book that I'm reading right now, I'm hopefully going to finish that soon. And let's see. So I'm really thankful that I get that content from people, and they're like always making suggestions, because I've got like 4 books now that people are like, read this book, it's so great, it's so amazing. Plus I see it on my like audio, I see, you know, Amazon, they're like, here, read this book, you'll love it because you love this book. And then it's like my audiobook library is just growing, because it's like, hey, you love this book, so you love this book, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, so much, and I'm so excited. But it can be hard for me to like sit down and just read. So anyway, I thank you all for tuning in. If you did tune in, or if you're watching this on replay, feel free to drop some love. I appreciate everybody who stopped by. And I hope that you find this meaningful, and that you have a fantastic night. And remember, it's only money, and if you believe that you live in a constant state of abundance, you do. Good night.